Hello, everybody, and welcome back to We Bought a Mic, a podcast about the 2025 fall season. Are we hyped? Are we ready? We're going to give you our takes, some hype meters, and some thoughts on some new movies that we've seen. Welcome. My name's Ernest.
My name is Spooky Season Hunter.
And I'm Drew. Hello, everybody.
Is that like spooky season, Drew? Or like, what is that, Drew, that we're getting there?
No, I didn't come in with much of a... I was really hoping you... I didn't want you to ask any questions.
Drew becomes like a little baby in the fall.
Just a little baby.
Yeah.
We're on Zoom today. We're getting ready to hibernate for the harsh Florida winter cozying up.
I heard it's going to hit 76.
Is it?
Fuck.
Wow. We just did an American movie episode, so if you haven't checked that out, check that out. This is a separate catch-up episode. We're going to give you some thoughts on some anticipated movie shows and albums, but before we get to that, we've been seeing some new movies in theaters now or coming soon. I think this first one, Roofman, I think will be hitting theaters or have just hit theaters as soon as this episode goes out. So we'll start with that one. This is the new Channing Tatum movie, also starring Kirsten Dunst, from director Derek Cianfrance. Is that how you say it?
Really interesting filmmaker. Doesn't get brought up in same conversations with like the top level auteurs, but has a pretty consistent track record.
Well, he kind of fell off.
He came out of the gate like as hot as you possibly can with Blue Valentine 2010, and then The Place Beyond the Pines, which I think whenever we saw it when I was like 17 or 18 was like one of my favorite movies ever. It's a great movie. Basically disappeared for 13 years. He had one movie in that time frame, The Light Between Oceans, which as we discussed before seeing this movie, doesn't actually exist. This movie has no impact whatsoever, despite having like Michael Fassbender, Alicia Vikander, Rachel Weisz, like a real cast and crew behind it, and it has no impact.
What about the dual Mark Ruffalo miniseries thing?
Oh, I know this much is true.
Guys, Task is good. Yeah. Task heads, where are you at? You know, it's part of the extended Mark Ruffalo on television universe. And also, I checked out the trailer today. It also is in the Mark Ruffalo doing voices canon. Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Is She-Hulk in the Mark Ruffalo doing TV universe?
Technically, I guess.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, is it? Oh.
Well, Cianfrance also has a story credit on Sound of Metal, which makes sense because that movie absolutely rocks. But otherwise, he kind of fell off, and now 2025 he's back with Roofman, which is based on a true story about a man who was hiding from the police in a Toys R Us in the year 2004, I believe, somewhere around then. And, you know, this movie, it's interesting, like the marketing of it, the posters or the look that they're selling. It's they're trying to go like the crowd pleaser route, you know, sort of the funny, quirky comedy, like wacky kind of story. And this movie does have that energy, but I found it to be a really compelling, like tragic drama as well. I love this movie. I'm so should I just like take my headphones off? Like I don't know.
No, you're good.
I'm really, really excited for this. You both are glowing about it. And I really watching the trailer, I just wanted it to be good. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, it's in that. It feels like it's almost like in the Little Miss Sunshine avenue of like movies that don't get made anymore.
Absolutely.
I think that's kind of the biggest thing for me is like this movie isn't perfect. Like I give it 4 stars on Letterboxd, but it's a strong 4 stars. Like it is a 4 stars that I like throw my whole body in front of because it is just one of those movies that like doesn't get made anymore. It has so much more to it on its surface, and I'm really worried about it deciding to open in the same weekend as Tron Ares because I don't really know what to do with that as far as like this isn't really counter programming to that. Is this gonna kind of eat its lunch a little bit? But this movie is something. It has a great cast. It has, I think, the best Channing Tatum performance I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like he is legitimately phenomenal.
Tatum can cook. Tatum's a great actor.
He has like he has the humor elements, which he's shown that throughout his career, but there's this warmth to him that he brings, this sensitivity to him that I think has always made him a really interesting actor, is that he always tried to kind of push up against his big, just like hulking exterior to bring a little bit more sensitivity or a little bit more humor. See things like the Jump Street movies or even like some of the Magic Mike movies. Like there is a sensitivity to his performance in that. And this is a story about a kind of a broken guy who definitely, like, he has a lot of the tools in his tool bag here. We should say, like, the reason why he's known as the Roofman is because before he takes up living in a Toys R Us, he breaks into McDonald's via the roof. He breaks into, I think he says, 45 McDonald's before getting caught and then having to flee. And without spoiling real life of, to me, events that actually happened in the movie.
Well, the way the movie approaches,
he makes it all very believable. Yeah,
the adaptation is so captivating and just really engrossing because, yeah, like you could look up exactly what this story is, you know, it's all true events, but the movie is told, it just really brings you in. It really sort of wants to invite you into this kind of like a caper tale. It almost has like a heist movie energy to it, but then it really slows down and wants to let you fall in love with these characters. So it's not like this nonstop thrill ride, but there is still this snappy energy to it. And I really found the balance of tone to be pretty incredible because the movie is constantly funny, but there's also this impending sense of doom that this tragedy is gonna smack these characters in the face at some point, and it really carries that with it every step. And the performances are incredible. Obviously, Kirsten Dunst is always great in everything she does, so you know she's bringing it. But yeah, like you said, Tatum, I do agree. I think this might be his best work. There's a lot of moments here where he is able to really deliver exactly what this sort of weird balance of tone is asking of him, whether it's the physicality, the wackiness, the warmth that you mentioned, and then the danger too. This guy is a criminal. This guy is not, you know, doing things sort of the way you should if you're a morally righteous person. Also got to shout out Ben Mendelsohn, who low-key steals the show in just a couple scenes that he gets. Really, really loved his inclusion here. And yeah, it is,
without spoiling what his role is, it's something that, like, if you're a Ben Mendelsohn head, if you're like an Andor guy, you will be cackling when he comes onto the screen.
It's really fun. People, our theater, it was a packed audience. It was one of those where they give away all the seats. They seem to really be enjoying it. There were a lot of laughs. But more so than that, I was just really blown away by how this movie lands its dramatic beats, and how it manages to really, again, grip you and pull you into this story. I found a lot to love. I'm kind of shocked at how much I loved Roofman. So high recommend.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna quick assignment for both of you guys because I don't remember entirely, but how you guys felt. I want you to both genuinely go back and rewatch Logan Lucky.
It's a good one.
It's a great one, and Channing is great.
Yeah,
it completely changed everything.
Driver's also in there. Daniel Craig.
I haven't seen that movie since like 2017, whenever it came out. I don't think
you weren't crazy about it. And I genuinely think I think if you went back now, I think you'd like it more. It's really, really great, and it's not in the dissimilar vein from this movie, to be honest, from what you're saying, right?
Yeah, kind of like the criminal, funny, dramatic, dramedy kind of thing. Yeah.
There's without getting into like the choices specifically that are made. I think that it really is like a Channing Tatum showcase. Like Kiki is great in this movie. Lakeith is in here. Like the
Dinklage.
cast is very good, but it really is. And there's something with the writing that they make a choice with his character that I found to be incredibly powerful and kind of relatable for like this certain type of broken individual. It's something that whenever you watch the movie, if you have one of these people in your life who do certain things that he does, certain like mannerisms, certain kind of ways that he tries to get affectation from his loved ones, it comes across as like so genuine, so real, and it makes it all the more powerful.
Yeah, I mean, he's a manipulative person. He's on the run. You know, he is trying to weasel his way into evading the police. So it makes sense. And yeah, I think the other thing I wanted to shout out is just like the construction of the film. A lot of it takes place in this Toys R Us. Not all of it. The movie definitely decides to move away from that setting plenty of times, but they just really captured that Toys R Us really well. I think they built the entire thing because, you know, there aren't any more Toys R Us.
They don't exist anymore.
So it's very believable. I really enjoyed the look and feel of this thing. The score, I think, was really good. Just the cinematography overall. And then, yeah, again, just to shout out Cianfrance, like the movie is incredibly well directed. Every scene just feels like it clicks together really well and sort of nails what it's going for. Like, yeah, maybe this isn't a 5-star masterpiece, but as we sort of get into this last third of the year, I value a movie filling a slot like this of just like, it's just doing exactly what it needs to do. It's not trying to be this like epic one battle after another, you know, crazy political thing. It's just this character drama, this really captivating, delightful thing, and it does it for what it's doing incredibly well.
Yeah, it's funny that Drew, that you invoked Soderbergh with Logan Lucky, because this movie honestly does kind of remind me in that way of Black Bag, where it's like, you know, there kind of is like a little bit, I don't want to say that there is a ceiling on a movie like this, but it's just one of those things where it is operating exactly like it's kind of nailing everything that it needs to in order to make a movie like this effective. So
hell yeah. And it just like everything about it, the trailer, the poster especially is so like 2007 indie dramedy.
Yeah.
How do you look at it? The poster is the most Little Miss Sunshine looking shit like I've ever seen. And there's such an insane vacuum of this. And, you know, there have been many conversations had about that in the last like 5 to 10 years. This has been going on.
I love the poster. They gave us one at the theater. I will say the movie to me is a notch more sad than what that poster is telling you.
Sure,
Little Miss Sunshine does have some sadness to it. Like there's a lot of melancholy in that movie. So.
Yeah, yellow. A lot of
yellow.
I mean,
it's hard to sell melancholy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, this is really cool. It's cool that this is out. I'm hoping it shines a light on Channing to more folks.
For real. Yeah, one thing I said is if we get more Roofmans, you're allowed to do more Gambits. I'll allow it. You can do your slop as long as you give us more of these, Channing. So please try to balance it. Hunter, I think this next one you probably liked a little bit more than Roofman. It's called If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Yeah, so this is a movie. Actually, Drew, did you draft this movie in our fantasy?
I think
film?
he did. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I did.
So congratulations on the Oscar win for Rose Byrne. I'll just go ahead and say right now. I think, I mean, this is the best performance that I have seen from an actress.
Yeah, but the Academy,
that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, the Academy is not gonna.
Congratulations on the nomination. Okay, we'll say it that way.
I fucking hope so.
I really love this movie. I found this movie to be like really, really deeply affecting. So it is A movie, without getting too deep into like kind of the specifics of the plot, it is about a mother she's not like a single parent, but she kind of is. Like
Might
the
as well
father
be.
is not around. He is off doing whatever the fuck he is, like working on oil rigs or something stupid that's not a real job, and not actually there to help raise this kid. And Rose Byrne plays a woman, Linda, who is a therapist, but also most importantly, she is the mother to a very sick child. The movie makes a really effective, conscious decision that you never see the child's face throughout the entire movie.
It's a wild swing.
The easiest comp to make for this movie is Tully. Honestly, a movie that we all loved back in, I think, 2018 or so, whenever that movie came out, is very much easiest way to draw it. I actually think that I might like this a little bit more than Tully, mainly because of the leading performance that we have here. This is directed by Mary Bronstein, who has not made a movie in over a decade. I think like it's been 17 years since her last movie. 2008 was the last time that she made a feature-length film. So she has had this one waiting for a long time. And it makes sense that this has been something that she's had like ruminating with her, because it is very stylized. I think the stylization will turn a lot of people off. There's a couple choices that are made in this movie that I don't think entirely work. I do not think it is a perfect movie, but the way that Rose Byrne is captured in this movie, it is just a showcase more than anything else.
The whole movie is practically just close-ups of her face.
It is a close-up on her face the entire time. You feel like you are claustrophobic. You are in the mind of this woman who is like slowly losing herself because she is burning the candle on both ends. She cannot live her life anymore when she's so wrapped up in trying to like make sure that her child is living, and also still like trying to be a person and be a working woman and like have a job and everything else in the world. Conan O'Brien is in this movie playing like totally against type. Like I don't think he gets a single laugh line in the entire movie, and he is awesome in a supporting role.
Is the movie funny?
Not really.
Does it have like there's like a Magnolia thing of like sickly funny, you know?
There is some humor to be had at it.
Just funny at how bad everything is going.
Yeah, I honestly I think that yes, there is a bit of that to it. It's not dour. I would not say this movie is dour. It's distressing.
I've seen a lot of people giving positive reviews, but like star-wise, and then the review is, well, that was a huge bummer.
It is a major bummer. The movie has a couple moments of levity, like specifically her dealing with her patients that show up at
those scenes are all great
at her practice. Like there's like basically three main ones that she deals with, and each one of them is a very specific sort of archetype. And the way they fold into the story, that's like the biggest source of humor in the film. But otherwise, you are really having to strap in for some distressing stuff. And not that the movie is like necessarily trying to trigger you or show you kind of like unsettling imagery, but there is like a panic and a terror to the film, and there is like almost an oppressive quality to the way it's shot and cut together. Personally, I found it a little bit too much. Like you could have dialed it back just a little bit to kind of give it a little bit more dynamics, in my personal opinion.
Ernest, I think you said out of the theater, you're like, what's the big idea? Like you're a mother. That's what you were biologically put on earth to do. I think that was what you said.
I said we all have problems. Get your shit together. That's what I said.
Little lady.
Like, oh, we get it. It's hard.
Oh, God.
Does she have legs? Let's ask the real question.
Yes, she does have legs.
The title is like, what does that even mean?
You know what it means? Write a book. That's a book title.
That is a book. You are dead right.
That's not a fucking movie title. Call the movie like Lady's Bad Day. You know what I mean? Movies are for dummies.
Lady's Bad Day.
The Woman in the Yard.
That's if it's an art
fucking
film.
movie title.
If it's a deep movie, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like, I don't think that this movie is perfect by any means, but there's something that's, and maybe this is, I just have had the opportunity to know a handful of people who are around our age that have children, especially a lot of women that have had children, and seeing the way that can just drain you. It drains the life out of you. And that's not necessarily to say that like this is like this awful thing and like you shouldn't have kids, because also like people will be drained and have no energy to do anything and be exhausted all the time and be like, this is the greatest thing to ever happen to me, that I like put this human being out into the world. But it still is putting this whole other you out into the universe. And it's so taxing to have to raise this being, let alone like if you have some kind of a child that has an illness or some kind of special need or accommodation that they have to have handled, like you see in this movie. Like it makes sense that you're seeing a person who is like fully on the verge of a breakdown at any given moment. Another point of levity that I will say that's in this movie is A$AP Rock is in this movie. Shout out A$AP Rocky. Rose Byrne, if we're gonna pick nits in this movie, Rose Byrne like does not get wooed by A$AP Rocky at any point, which is bullshit. Like I'm running away with this man the moment that he like smiles at me in this motel. Like I'm just like, yeah, let's go wherever you want to go with that smile.
And no spoilers, but especially once we find out who her actual man's is, her child's father. It's like
who the voices that we hear.
Yeah, you could run away from all that.
Yeah.
I think the Rose Byrne performance is probably one of, if not the best female lead performance of the year. I could definitely agree with that. We did get confirmation that Chase Infinity is running for lead for One Battle After Another, so I might have to personally put that at the top just because of how much I love that one. But this is definitely in the conversation for the top.
Can we talk about that real quick? Is that a lead performance?
Sure, why not?
I don't think so. I know who gives a shit. I know who gives a shit. But Ernest, unfortunately, you and I actually now have to submit fucking ballots based off this stupid shit. So, like, is that a lead performance? I will put it at the top for lead. I don't care. It was
I
amazing.
saw a take that was getting dunked on Twitter, but I actually think it's correct, which is that if like her odds are relatively low for winning in either category, they're both really stacked, and she's a newcomer. So why not run in lead? Because that's a better thing to get nominated for.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
So I think it's a fair play.
It's a brutal category to run lead though this year. I will say, like the actress supporting and lead this year is looking fucking stacked.
Yeah, exactly. They're both stacked. So I think people don't talk about that enough when it comes to like the category selection, category fraud.
There's a gamifying to it.
Why would you not
100%.
choose the thing that it's better to be nominated for? You know what I mean? Like take winning out of the equation. Your odds are low anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what's cool? Being nominated for best lead actress when you're a kid. That rocks. So go for it.
Yeah.
A couple more notes on If I Had Legs. I love the sound design. It's really immersive. And really again, cool. It adds to like sort of the oppressive quality of the movie. There's I also use the word panic. There's definitely like a Safdie-esque energy to this movie. You know, the Safdie brothers, Uncut Gems, they continue to have ripple effects with their influence. And there's a lot of like abstract imagery too that gets cut in that I really liked.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think that the first name, whenever it had like producer credits, was Josh Safdie, and it was like, yeah, that tracks. That 100% makes sense for what I just endured while watching this movie. It is a lot. Like, it is a very heavy movie, and especially like
it's a little repetitive.
If you are somebody with kids, then I can find it just being like a thing where you're like, I can't handle a movie like this. I do think that like I said, it's not perfect. It is a little bit repetitive. I kind of admire so much of this movie that it just goes for it the way that it does. That there is a like more safe, more traditional Oscar-y type play that you could do here. And I appreciate that this is a movie that's willing to take risks, even if they don't 100% land.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, that's If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You from A24. It's in theaters now. It'll land on HBO Max later this year.
Hey. Yeah.
Roofman,
oh, no, sorry. You said HBO Max. I was ready for you to say Max.
No, it's HBO Max now.
Yeah, we're back to HBO Max.
The artist formerly known as Max. Yeah. Roofman is from Paramount, so it'll be on Paramount Plus. Yeah, both in theaters and then soon on streaming. So check both of them out.
I could see Roofman actually like playing really well. For me, like Roofman, and this is a little bit of a weird comp, but I could see it having almost like whenever Game Night went to streaming, it got picked up like a year after its release, and everybody's like, hey, you know it was a great movie? It was fucking Game Night. Like I could see a little bit of that with
people catch it like
100,000%. That makes sense. It has the feel of a movie that like Reddit would like.
Right. Okay, so now let's get into our fall hype meter segment. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to do a little bit of a grab bag of what we have coming in the next few weeks and months as we get into this last stretch of 2025. Let's start with an album, and both of you guys just gut check. Tell me, scale of 1 to 5, how excited are you for this? And the number can be representative of just how much you're anticipating it, but also how good you think it might end up being, like based on that expectation. Let's start it. Deadbeat, Tame Impala. What's your hype meter?
Hunter, do you want to go?
So I think my gut check, my hype meter is probably like a 2.5. And I think that there's a little bit, but here's the thing. Part of that is being informed by I have not really cared for either of the singles too much. To lesser extent. Than
3
others.
Singles now.
3 singles. I don't even know if I listened to the third one, to be honest.
It's
Loser,
the best one
the
of
first
the 3.
one, Eternal. What was the third one?
Dracula.
Oh, Dracula. Yeah. Okay. No, so I have heard all 3. Yeah, Dracula is the best of the 3. Maybe it's a little bit low. I just don't. Tame is moving into this interesting sound now, where whenever Kevin released the first single, everybody immediately pushed back about it because they did not like the sound that he was going for.
No guitar.
Honest, I didn't really like the sound all that much either. And yet, whenever he has released some songs that sound a little bit more like traditional Tame, they kind of, to me, sound like somebody trying to imitate Tame Impala. And that's like never the position that you want to be as a band. And it's an unfortunate place whenever artists find themselves in this spot where like they are now either trying to evolve themselves creatively at the risk of pushing away their old fans, or risk regurgitating the sounds that they have known that made them famous, and then losing the spark that made them interesting to begin with. So I'm keeping my expectations low and hoping I will be surprised. That is not saying that like I'm not going to listen to this album or anything like that, but I do not want to be hurt by this.
True.
I asked to you to bring this up. I'm scared, guys. I'm really truly scared. I feel like we're on the verge of something really sad happening here.
Oh no! You think it's a stinker?
Do you think it's a Chance the Rapper "Ooh I Love My Wife" album? Do you think they're waiting the big day?
He loves his daughter.
Well,
she's the album.
I love my ex-wife.
It's not the fact that he's abandoning his old sound. It's the fact that he's not as good at the new sound.
Mm.
He's the best in the world at one sound. And in fact, honestly, he's the best in the world at multiple sounds. There's quite a bit of evolution through those first 3 albums and even into the 4th, which in retrospect, I'm willing to say the 4th I like less than the first 3. But he has so many tools in his bag sonically. So he's versatile. It's not showing up here, man. there is a lot of pressure, I think, with geniuses and with people who are great at something. There's a perception that means that you are great at everything. I think you see this with people like Elon Musk. And I think that's why a lot of people can't accept the fact that he's like bad at stuff and kind of a moron at stuff, because like, yeah, but he was really good at that one thing. He's not that good at electronic music. He's just not. There are people doing this better, flat out. So I'd rather hear him do what he's better than anyone else at.
This is just electronic dance music.
I mean, particularly End of Summer. It's not very good. I'm speaking with the cadence of like Tucker Carlson right now, but what happened? What's going on?
Frankly, I'm shocked.
There's plenty of music in this vein that is amazing and I love it. It's just like it's not his. Like if this is what we're about to get, then I'm really, really, really worried. Because like you said, Hunter, the other tracks that sort of verge closer to what he's done before, I think you said it really right. It sounds like a pale an impression of the past. The band that I think best exemplifies that premise is one of my favorite bands ever, Interpol. Anything that they put out after 2006, when you hear it, you're like, oh my God, who's trying to do fucking Interpol again? I'm so sick of bands trying to rip off Interpol. And then you find out it's Interpol and you're like, oh shit. There's a little bit of vibes at that. And there's a good chance that a couple of these songs might grow on me so far, but this isn't like, we're doing hype meter. This isn't like movie trailers where like the quality of the trailer has almost no bearing on how the movie's going to be. He's given us maybe a quarter of this fucking album.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting it. And so this is one of my favorite artists ever. This is an artist that's been with us since we were in high school, a really significant modern musician. And I'm scared. It might be time to face it.
What's the number though? Can you put a number on it? 1 to 5?
4.5. No. I'm anticipating it, but not in like a positive way anymore. I really want to hear it because I want to be proven wrong.
That's why I can't go below like a 2.5 out of 5.
So
like I have to have some kind of expectations for it.
I guess I'm at a 3, but it's fucking plummeted with, every time a fucking song comes out, it's like, oh no. Like I'm trying really hard.
I just try and think about even whenever Slow Rush was coming out, I was like counting down the fucking days for that album to come out. And I do think that in hindsight, Slow Rush is like a clear notch below Enter Speaker, Lonerism, and Currents for me. Like I do think that it is the 4th best of his albums, at least for me personally. I know that a lot of people would at least have it above Enter Speaker, but I don't know. Lonerism in particular is just like one of my favorite albums of all time. And that is an album that hit me at a very particular point in my life. And I don't know if we're ever going to really get that anymore. But at the same time, I don't know. Part of me is maybe it is just something like wanting the artistry to come through that I'm like, maybe we should just get a whole album that's End of Summer, because then you're gonna push yourself in some kind of way, even if it's not for me. You'll push away some of the old fans, but you will grow your
I kind of agree.
artistry.
I kind of agree, and he managed to sort of dance on that line with the Slow Rush, where there are throwback tracks and there are way newer school tracks. I think the through line in Slow Rush, which I don't know if it's going to be here, is piano, like keyboard. That's what he's bringing into that he hasn't had before. And so it kind of smooths over those idiosyncrasies.
This is a lot of samples and loops and that kind of thing. I mean, I called the End of Summer the best Zootopia original theme song.
Has he been hanging out with Mark Bronstein too much?
It had. I mean, look at all the stuff that he's done since the Slow Rush. He did a Minion song. He produced a whole Dua Lipa album. Like he's been sort of like, bathing in those waters a little bit. I am fully ready for this to be the worst Tame Impala album and still one of the best albums of the year. Like there is definitely a likelihood for me personally that this is just easily flat out the worst Tame record and can still crack my top 10 because he's just that good. He's just that talented. And even if it's a lesser product than what we've been used to, I still think he can make good music. I like the singles, you know, even with the Zootopia vibes.
You're probably right. You're probably right that like the truth lies somewhere in between us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I'm going to find things I like in this album.
But will you be coping?
It's really hard to accept, you know what I mean? When an artist is just a shadow of what they once were. It's a lot like in sports, you know, when you see like, it happens especially with like running backs where like a year will pass and you're like, oh my God, this guy's like, he can still go out there and play, but like
overnight.
He's done. Like, it's just not there. Like the spark isn't there anymore. We're talking about someone I would comfortably call the greatest psychedelic rock artist of all time. And obviously you're going to evolve from that. I think he did a masterful job of evolving from that. Even current, you would call, I guess, psychedelic pop, if anything.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. And then Slow Rush, you know, like we're saying, it's a real mishmash. It's got a lot of keyboard. There's a lot more 70s to it than any other decade, which he had never done before. I'm left wondering what kind of album is going to thread these 3 songs together. Like, I'm failing to see it so far, but maybe this is just a bad selection of singles. Maybe there'll be bangers. I'm scared.
We'll see.
I hope so. I mean, I did like some of the deeper cuts that were on Slow Rush. I do just want to clarify. You said the greatest psychedelic rock artist of our time, not of all time, correct?
I'm saying of all time.
Oh,
and I'm willing to.
I would probably disagree with that slightly if we're thinking like bringing in like the Pink Floyds and some of the godfathers of the genre. But still, I take your point. I take your point.
100%. I almost
as far as a single musician goes, like his artistry is pretty unmatched.
Okay, I'd preface it by saying non-prog psychedelic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I consider Pink Floyd more like prog above everything else in a good way. They're awesome, but
yeah, King Crimson's, things like that. That all kind of falls in the progressive psychedelia.
It's not like slowed down in the way that Pink Floyd often is. It's so listenable. Like he dug it up and did shit no one had figured out how to do since the shit started in 1966. That doesn't mean that you can just like rip it up and like start a whole new thing. You know what I mean? And this has happened a million times with different artists. Like, obviously you want to evolve, you want to start something new, you get bored of your tools and you want a new tool set. So all props to him for wanting to do that. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
We'll see. We'll let you know what our reaction is soon. It's about to come out.
It might be time to face it.
It's just a couple weeks away. Deadbeat. Okay. I think that's probably the biggest album thing, unless you guys had another one.
Are there any other big albums that have albums are so tricky because you just don't really know with them. There's so much more of a grab bag than like movies or even TV that has months or years of lead up to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that could just drop out of nowhere. But I'm not really seeing anything super major that's still left to come out.
Wicked for Good original soundtrack. What's our hype meter on
we'll get
just the soundtrack.
We'll get to Wicked in a second. Let's do TV great. First. Let's get the easy one out of the way first. Chair Company.
Could be higher.
Robinson. 5 out of 5. Yeah, 6. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like beyond hype, and it's just like it's like when you're just like waiting for like your girlfriend to get home or something, something you just like know is going to happen and be good. It's like, I'm not like,
what even is hype?
Like I'm just ready to accept something new into my life that's going to be perfect.
So the review embargo just broke today as of this recording, and it's beautiful. It's just overwhelming praise for our boy.
It's exactly what you'd think. The Variety review does it does a good job of like surmising what it is, because obviously this is Tim's like HBO debut. It's made by him and Andrew DeYoung, but then also who made Friendship, which is like sort of the new but same old version of Tim, and then but also Zach Kanan of I Think You Should Leave. So there's just like the whole time in my head, I'm like, okay, so there's literally no way this isn't the best thing that
Ever.
like, you know what I mean? Like, they basically say that this is exactly, when Nathan got his HBO deal and made the rehearsal. This is him having more of a sandbox to like fully realize his deal. And that's exactly, that's all we could ever ask for our boy.
It starts in just a couple days. We get the first episode, so it's gonna be a big one.
Fuck.
Can't wait.
Another big one, Pluribus. We've been getting some very cryptic teasers. This is the Vince Gilligan Apple Plus show.
The Vince Gilligan City of Albuquerque collab
with Ray Seahorn. How are we feeling on this one? Are we worried? Are we feeling sure about it?
Do we know anything like plot wise yet about this yet, or is it just kind of the screen grabs? And
back when we did our like beginning of the year draft, I took this, I think, and I
was
dug
untitled Vince Gilligan project back then,
and I remember digging up some shit, but it was like hard to find anything, and that was back when it had a whole different working title. I think it's like sci-fi, but like near future sci-fi.
So there's a new trailer that just came out today.
Okay.
And it seems like the premise of the show is, and I think there was a log line that went around that said this, that Ray Seahorn plays a woman who has to cure the world of happiness or something like that is the log line. And so, folks can watch the trailer to sort of see the actual setup here, but it looks like the world is under some kind of spell, and she's the only one who's not under that spell, and the world is convincing her to join them in the spell. So not sure what's going on. It could go either way, but it's Vince Gilligan.
Well, I feel like you above all else would be the person to be like on board here. You're Mr. Better Call Saul,
and I'm an Apple boy. I mean,
you're an Apple boy.
I don't want to go full 5. I'll go 4. I mean, I think that there's a chance that this sort of loses the thread, but I know that I'm going to watch every episode of it and try to find something in it.
Well, you say that, I'm sure, because Vince Gilligan has never made anything remotely like this.
Right.
Like, this is like really conceptual, sort of out there, tonally no fucking clue like what this is going to be like, except like I could guarantee you there's going to be a lot of like empty space.
Well, whatever the reveal is of what's actually going on, like it has to be good. Is it AI? Is it aliens? Like, is it some like whatever the sort of explanation is for whatever this situation is? It can't be lame.
For sure.
It's like the main sort of hook.
I think the interesting thing about it is it's going to have the Gilligan, especially late period Gilligan, like Better Call Saul. It's going to be very measured for something. Usually things like sci-fi get treated in a much more like high stakes, high octane type of way. And I feel like this is going to be way more like shifted down, really taking time to like breathe in this world. I have no fucking idea. I'm excited to watch it. I have no clue what it's going to be like.
Yeah, it's tough to actually put a number on it for that reason, where I'm like, I guess I'm at a 4 because it's just like one of those things where I don't know. Like, I'm thinking back to season 1 of Better Call Saul, and even like I remember when Better Call Saul came out, all of us are like, fuck yeah, let's go. Saul spinoff series, let's fucking do it. And then Better Call Saul came out and we're like, oh man, this is really slow. This is really fucking taking its time. And like,
everyone forgot about Saul for years.
Gonna get that, and myself included. Look, I forgot about Saul for like 3 seasons until around like season 4. I was like, yeah, I should probably like pick back up this show by one of my favorite showrunners of all time. So I guess I'm like at a 4 for that reason, with the expectation that it's probably gonna start slow, because that is kind of the Vince Gilligan.
Give it a few eps.
I feel like we could go like a whole season without like knowing what the fuck is going on.
But I'm still excited. I'm gonna watch it. Like, in Vince Gilligan, I trust. So
you about a 4 too?
I'm gonna watch it. Unfortunately, my brain is a little bit too fried to have gotten all the way through Better Call Saul.
So
you
good.
need
It's
you need
incredible.
Subway Surfers. Oh wait, we're not allowed to want Subway Surfers anymore.
I need it on like 2x speed.
Right.
1.25.
Okay. That's Pluribus. Let's go to the new Glenn Powell joint, Chad Powers.
Isn't that out?
Is it out?
I think it's
thing?
actively out.
I heard it's bad.
Okay. So it's a one.
No, so there is I have heard one thing about Chad Powers, which is apparently that Glenn signed up to do it like before Anyone But You and before Twisters took off and he became more of a
before
movie star.
Hitman.
And yeah. And it was really like one of those things where he's just like a nice guy that he didn't want to opt out of it. He's like, yeah, I'll stick around. I'll do this crazy show that you're working on. But
yeah,
that
Glenn,
never like
on.
bodes well for a TV show.
They've been plugging it hard. This is
It's
the mark of obviously the mark of something that's going to be great. It's based on what you would generously call like a skit that was done on ESPN.
Oh, it's like a Ted Lasso type thing.
Yeah, by like Eli Manning. It's Uncle Drew, if you remember that. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's literally they would just have like quarterbacks put on a stupid disguise and go to like tryouts or whatever.
And you know what's insane is that they made an Uncle Drew movie, and then they're like, "What if we just like did this again, though?" With a white quarterback.
So it's obvious. One of the big like poster sells on it is that it's produced by Eli and Peyton Manning.
Yo.
It's
Omaha
an Omaha
Productions.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I'm sure that has a lot to do with why. I'm sure that has a lot to do with why Glenn stuck around. To be honest, like they have pull, they have money. I'm sure that he's getting paid generously to do this. It's on Hulu. It looks really stupid and bad. I'm not interested.
Do you think that like part of the deal was he's just like, all right, but every time that ESPN is covering a Texas game, you got to put me on the sideline like before you put McConaughey there. Like I get first access before McConaughey on the Texas sidelines.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I actually would not be shocked if this gets him a lot of like clout with ESPN. He seems like a guy who would love to just be all over ESPN on like game day and all that.
He seems like a guy who would be really annoyed with David Portnoy. And just like the rest of us, join the party, really, is all I can say to that.
Big issue here. He's playing a college football player.
Yeah, buddy. You ain't got
like
that.
You said,
sorry.
Hunter, this is from long ago. This like was
he
conceptualized.
signed on to it a few years ago. Yeah, you know.
Come on. I
don't know, but does he have
any
any scenes in the rain where he takes off his shirt? Because then I might like buy back in.
Oh yeah,
like Twister
you might have
style.
to get in there.
It's just it wouldn't be as much of a problem, but it's especially bad because the whole conceit of the show is that he's wearing a stupid, ugly disguise, and like him wearing a wig and a long nose makes him look like he's like 40.
Yeah,
like it. I feel like it reminds me of Dear Evan Hansen. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know if I'd be able to get past it.
All right, next up, this one's for Colin, friend of the pod. Welcome to Derry. Is anyone journeying back to Derry?
Colin, are you even excited for this?
Who's show running it? Do we know? Is it like anybody of note?
I mean,
it's coming like pretty soon.
It's developed by Muschietti.
You know,
Jason
that doesn't really
Fox.
mean anything.
Fuchs, would you?
Jason Fox, come on, you can do better than that. Oh, he's known for writing Ice Age Continental Drift, Pan, and The Boss Baby,
and the Minecraft movie.
So we're gonna go with a 2, I guess.
I am it.
And Argyle, which was really bad.
All right, I gotta drop it down to a 1 now. Jesus, what is the track record on this guy?
Sorry, guys.
I mean, you know, I remember whenever this got announced, I was like a little bit interested in it because
we get to see the turtle god monster.
Listen, so I have, as someone who has like read the book, there's like so much like more lore that you just get these little snippets of because like Pennywise and it itself has existed for generations in this town. So the idea of actually like delving deep into that lore sounds really sick. It sounds really cool.
Yeah,
I
it's a
have some
prequel.
questions about our choice of including this guy on here.
Tough.
So
Yeah, no, I mean, we were, they say strike while the iron's cold, and it really feels like that's what they're doing here.
Why is this happening now? Like it's done and over. They should have like fast tracked this thing, if anything.
I mean, they probably did, but strikes and whatnot.
Just go back and watch the fucking the old ass miniseries. That shit is so fun to watch.
It's still great, dude. Tim Curry's so good in that movie, in that that
Seth
miniseries.
Green.
It's awesome. It Chapter 2 came out in 2019. That feels like that was a lifetime ago.
Oh my god! And it was a disappointment.
And that movie's bad. That movie's actively bad.
I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, Chapter 1 is very good.
It.
They add in. Remember whenever they make Bill Hader gay, something a fabrication for the woke media, for the woke left.
They wokeified it.
I know. Yeah. They'd rather make someone gay than show a bunch of kids fucking each other. Like
come on,
in the sewer.
You want to really be woke?
I had an orgasm in the sewer. Next up is
10 hidden Easter eggs in.
Speaking of friendship. Children having orgasms in the sewer, Stranger Things is having.
You're asking the wrong. Come on, I don't know, Hunter. Do you have anything to say?
I've seen all of Stranger Things.
Really?
Now, don't ask me to tell you a single fucking thing that happens in that show. Kate Bush plays.
It's going to be a big deal. People are going to be losing their minds over this.
Millie Bobby Brown still hasn't watched a movie that's longer than a 3-minute TikTok.
She has a child now. She adopted a child.
I really hope her attention span has gotten better then, now that she is the mother of children. I
don't know. This is honestly, if we want to make it, guys, this is what we need to be covering.
Yeah.
Let's just make stuff up. Let's just make shit up right now. I'm so stoked. I love how every episode's like movie length, but not
Libby
quite as good as a
Dunn
movie.
just rizzed up Hawk to a girl in the Upside Down.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I freaking love how hot long hair Beefcake is. God, I hope he doesn't get fucking bumfucked by the Upside Down.
The Costco guys just did a collab with Finn Wolfhard's band. It was epic.
The Rizzler's doing DVD commentary with the Duffer Brothers. So I tuned out like a long time ago on Stranger Things. I feel like it immediately sort of betrayed a key part of its premise, which was like it was cool that it turned out so serious, but like at first it had like an airiness to it that is just so gone now. Yeah. Like there's just no fun. Like the last few episodes, when I decided to tune out, I watched like 3 or 4 episodes in a row that were not fun at all. And it's like, did you forget where you came from, Duffer Brothers?
Drew, I'm trying to think of how they could get you back in. What if instead of like Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush being the theme song for this year, they got like Range Life by Pavement? That was like how they fight the Upside Down.
Yeah, we
got it.
You're like, I want a range life. She's like ascending and like
it becomes like TikTok trending. Everyone's like doing a dance.
Everyone's doing Pavement. I will say, to me, things like Stranger Things is like my version of Love Island. Like that's like what I put on as like wallpaper TV.
It's also like 27 hours long for one season.
You like actively don't have to be looking at the TV. You can like go and do laundry, come back. They're still in the Upside Down. Like it's fine.
It's still really dark.
Yeah.
It's red.
Yeah. Okay. Let's end on a high note before we do TV or before we do movies. Fallout season 2, Hunter, come on.
5, let's go. Listen,
Justin Theroux as the mayor of New Vegas.
Oh, baby.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Drew, have you watched Fallout?
No.
So just fucking all right. You've now delved into
You're
realms.
a realm
I need you to
boy.
watch. I need you to watch Fallout.
Oh, I know,
Here's the
and
thing, you don't need to like have played the games of Fallout. Like that's kind of the beauty.
Well,
of the show.
I never had a Fallout game, but I love those games. Like I always play in my friends' houses. They have such a sense of character and a sense of humor to them that like I can immediately see the vision of a show for Fallout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I need to watch it. Here's the thing. I've been trying to watch TV from this year so I can like have a list this year when we do our lists because
So
everyone makes fun of me when I don't or when I have to put like Love
Mervin
Island UK.
the Alien. You're gonna have Mervin
you know what's
the
funny
Alien
is
TikToks as one of your top TV shows of the year.
Marvin Cheese. The funniest thing though is like when you'll watch something and then you won't put it on your list because you forgot you watched it.
Yeah, that happened last year was
that
tough.
bad.
Last year was a tough app. I kept remembering stuff that I did see. I'm gonna make it better this year. You know what I watched the entirety of recently and I can't wait to talk about it is Everybody's Live with John Mulaney.
Let's go.
Bang.
Someone's finished it. Yeah.
Bang.
Great.
Every episode.
Those boys fought.
The spirit of David Letterman is alive.
Yeah. It's good shit.
Love it.
Okay, let's hit movies.
Number one, and we all know it. Come on now. Come on, boys.
Avatar Fire and Ash.
No.
Oh, I don't think that was it.
I know you wanted Marty Supreme, but that's not my number one.
That's not your number one? Oh, okay.
I have been waiting to go back to Pandora. The second I left.
It hasn't even been that long compared to the first time. My God. You waited like half your life between the first one and the second one.
So is the runtime been confirmed that it's like 3 hours and 45 minutes? Because that's what it was rumored. It was rumored that it was longer than The Way of Water. Like it was going to be over 3.5 hours long.
We got a new trailer.
Which they're better just give me a fucking intermission. Here's the thing. I'm fine to sign up and go. I need to pee at some point. Like give me
Go
10
pee.
minutes.
Just go.
I don't want to miss anything about James Cameron's world. Excuse me, I bought a fucking ticket. I'm getting like my shit wrecked.
It's fire and ash. What are you gonna miss? You're either missing fire or ash.
This is like your most anticipated thing, and you're treating it like you did with Stranger Things, where you're like, go get up, go make yourself a fucking coffee, go jack off in another room. You won't miss anything. Come on, I'm going to the movies to see a James Cameron picture.
They are teasing that Spider will be able to breathe the air of Pandora without a mask. I have so many questions. How is this possible?
Ernest, you know that whenever you told me that there was a new trailer, this is before One Battle After Another, that was the first thing that you mentioned about the new trailer to me, was you were like, Spider was breathing.
Spider doesn't have a mask.
that was the first thing that you told me about.
What are the implications? Is this going to be the new resource that the humans are searching after? The ability to breathe the air of Pandora?
Is he finally going to fuck young Sigourney?
Brother. If he gets out of that loincloth.
I could have sworn it was going to happen. You know what I mean? They just have something, those two.
Yeah.
It's like a classic, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce type relationship. Like he's like the big dumb oaf and she's like,
well, no,
low key, almost just as dumb.
He is about a third of the size of the Na'vi. So
that's hot.
No, but okay. All right. I'm going to pitch this to you. So they very beginning of the movie, boom, they're banging it out. They have little babies. What are the babies? They have little DH Sam Worthington babies. It's just a smaller Sam Worthington. You're not getting rid of this fucker.
They're really young, but he's doing it. He's doing the voices.
He is like, hey there, mom. Like he's just doing.
He's saying like goo goo gaga.
It's a 5 out of 5. I can't wait for this movie.
Okay,
let's go.
I mean, listen, I'm excited. I saw the avatars and I'm in. It's going to be great. It's not going to be fucking bad.
I will say I was a little bit more like just reserved for it. And then before One Battle After Another, the screening that we went to at the big Regal Point massive IMAX theater, seeing the trailer for Fire and Ash, I was like, oh, who am I fucking kidding? This movie's going to rock. Like all of these movies are absolute spectacles.
Jim.
So
Yeah, like exactly.
I can't give it a 5, maybe like a 4, 4.5, but I'm here for
I think it's I don't think it's intentional, but like honestly, the fact that like what you're getting out of the trailer is like Spider can like breathe or whatever. Like, yeah, the trailer is not giving you information. It's just kind of reminding you of like how sick it looks. You know what I mean? It's just giving you like a montage of shots, and you're like, God damn, James, I'm in. I'll be there.
I'm invested in Stephen Lang Avatar finding his way.
I want his ass to be dead.
Where is Giovanni Ribisi? Can we make Giovanni Ribisi blue? Can we restore a VistaVision camera as a Navi?
Can we at least give him dreads?
We need it.
Like,
it's necessary.
He doesn't have to be blue. Just like Spider.
Just give him dreads.
Okay, that's Avatar 3. Let's do Marty. Marty Supreme.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
So it's surprise. Yeah, surprise screened at New York Film Festival. Everyone who was in that theater walked out different because they had seen Timmy's bare ass. They're all. I've seen multiple people saying like, "Wow, the fact that we just got one battle and now we get this, like, holy shit!"
And especially after Smashing Machine just fully flubbed.
Yeah. So
sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean that question's been answered. It was kind of what we all suspected. If it's two brothers who do stuff and like one of them is also like an actor and blah blah blah, it's probably the one who just directs that is the good director.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just glad that it almost sounds like he's just as good, if not better, alone. Like this is getting hype like fucking insane.
It's Timmy.
This was like it was playing a home game. Like in a lot of ways, it is a Safdie fixture. He is from New York. He is playing to his crowd. Like this is exactly the festival that you would premiere something like this at. So I do want to like reel it in just a little bit because it's not most of the time whenever you hear people talk about like this is one of the great movies of our time, you're getting like, sorry, Ernest, like The Brutalist, where it's like, okay, that was like pretty good. That was fine, I guess. Like you're getting something that's like a movie that is like definitely very good, but has a lot of faults to it. So I was at a 5 out of 5 anyways. Like I was at the most hype that I could feel.
I don't have it down in my head.
This, but I do like, I'm trying to temper expectations just a little bit that I'm interested to see what other critical reception is going to be outside of the festival circuit. If anything, I'm just excited that we now have a Christmas movie because it was looking for a while like we just weren't going to have a movie that was releasing on Christmas this year, which I didn't remember the last time that was happening. So
to me, like if you are the brother who is the one that brings the tone and the feel to the Safdie movies, like it can't be bad. Like it's been a few years, but what Good Time and Uncut Gems did was like, you know, it was like a like sort of like a core pillar of like new filmmakers who are, you know what I mean, who are bringing something that harkens back to the legends, but is fucking fresh.
Also, just the rise of Timmy, like just to be a part of it. So I'm just happy to be here.
So to capture Timmy, to have, it's interesting because like Good Time and Uncut Gems feel they're focused but unfocused. That's sort of like a key piece of what, you know, the feel of the Safdie brothers is. But like the fact that this is based on a real guy, I'm assuming it's going to have slightly more traditional elements of narrative. But also it's a guy that we don't know the details of his life. And so there's plenty of room to fuck around, you know what I mean? And do your own thing. I've seen so many Catch Me If You Can comparisons. I've seen a lot of that. While like obviously the prevailing thought is like, this feels like a Safdie's movie. Like it has that like anxiety attack, you know what I mean? Just like nonstop front to back heart attack feel. I mean, that's all that I want. You know, I was just saying that, like, you know, movie trailers have no bearing on like how the movie is, but like the trailer for Smashing Machine was like, oh, so this doesn't seem at all like what I want from these guys. You know what I mean? So I could not be more excited.
It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. All right. So we have a bunch of movies that just premiered at the fall festivals that now we have a gauge on the reception. So let's hit a bunch of them real quick, rapid fire. How are we feeling? First up, Bugonia, right around the corner. We're squadding up for it at the Enzian. Is it going to hit? What's the hype?
What are we hearing?
The general sentiment that I have heard is like, this might not be awards play Yorgos. This might be like a little bit like Freaky Boy Yorgos. So I'm intrigued by that. That does also make me wonder, like, okay, does that mean that we're getting like The Lobster, or are we getting like
Kinds of Kindness?
Kindness.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit. I'm still at like, I'm not going to go lower than a 3 for this because Yorgos is director that I love a lot. I think that I'm probably the lowest of the 3 of us on Yorgos. If I had to guess, I was at least the lowest of the 3 of us on Poor Things, a movie that I do really love a lot. But
that's
for
a
me,
special one.
The favorite is still my personal favorite of his movies that he has made. But I'd still say I'm at like a 3.5. I'm still very, very excited for this movie. 3.5, 4. It's got Plumdog. It's got fucking Emma Stone in it.
Bald Emma.
Here for it.
It's I mean, it all, because Yorgos doesn't write his own shit, or at least, he, as of recent, it all hinges on the guy who wrote The Menu, which,
it's not,
Here's the thing, though. He also wrote for Succession. It's a guy that's full of talent. The Menu isn't a bad movie. I would imagine that The Menu is the movie that like he got made as his first movie. But I think I would bet you he's capable of doing things that are way more out there. You know what I mean? Than The Menu. The Menu is like almost too predictable, too grounded for like something that's supposed to be out there. So I don't want to doubt him. I think it could be something special. It's just
there were some aspects of The Menu that were good. And remember when I brought up A Big Bold Beautiful Journey, that's the other writer of The Menu. So The Menu has 2 writers. So
we'll find out, much like the Safdies, which one had the sauce or lack of sauce in the case of The Menu.
It's just it is alarming. Like if I had my way, Yorgos would have all of his movies written by Tony McNamara, because in my mind he has 2 masterpieces and they're both Tony McNamara's The Favorite and It's Poor Things. They're like seminal, important modern movies. So it's just a big we'll see, but I couldn't be more excited just because it has all the ingredients there. I just don't know if it's 100% going to be great.
Well, Hunter, you saw the new Tony McNamara movie and you never said anything about it.
Wait, what was the new Tony
The Roses
McNamara movie? Oh, I forgot that was a Tony McNamara joint. It is fine. What's funny is I forgot that I saw that movie.
Directed by Jay Roach, which probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, that's a movie that has like, it is kind of like a tonal nightmare, that movie. And that's a little bit of screenplay, that's a little bit of direction kind of thing if you don't find the right marriage between the two. The Roses has a whole bunch of issues. I don't need to get into The Roses right now because in reality it's just kind of a mediocre movie with some fun stuff in it, but we'll see about Bugonia. I'm still very optimistic. It's one of the best filmmakers that we have that is actively working right now. But I do have a little bit of like reservations in my head of like, maybe I shouldn't like automatically like hold space in my top 5 of the year for a movie like this.
Honestly, the more I think about it, the more like a more straightforward but funny writer, like, the guy who made The Menu, it makes sense with Yorgos, because Yorgos brings what he brings to anything he makes is like crazy style and like risk in ways that like the script doesn't necessitate, especially with something like The Favorite. The Favorite doesn't have to be as arty as it is. It could be a more straightforward period piece that's funny, but he brings that added element of it looking remarkable. Like it, you know what I mean? Like there are shots and cuts that no one else would see but him.
Otherworldly.
I could see it working really, really well. It's just not.
I love the trailer, the Chapel Roan song. It works. All right, let's hit the next few little quick fire. The new Park Chan-wook, no other choice.
This is a 5 for me. I cannot fucking wait for this movie. I'm sad that we haven't gotten a screener for this movie yet. This is probably aside from, I guess, Marty Supreme, this is my most anticipated movie from the rest of the year. I think Park Chan-wook is like an absolute master. His last movie, Decision to Leave, was in my top 5 of the year, whenever it came out. Look, he's like one of the great international filmmakers that we have. I can't wait for this movie. And the early buzz for it has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
people seem to really like it. Comparing it to Parasite, similar themes of like class and
it's the guy made like balance. Old Boy and The Handmaid. Like this guy just he makes bangers. Come
on. Frankenstein. Guillermo. How are we feeling?
It's gotten a little bit better. Well, Ernie, what's your hype for Park Chan-wook for
I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Decision to Leave. I liked it.
Once again, Ernest hates women. That's kind of the through line for this episode.
I mean, I'm excited. A 4, probably a 4. Yeah. I mean, I'll see it. I'll check it out.
So Frankenstein, the early buzz on it was really bad out of the initial festivals. It's now since then gotten like a little bit more positive buzz. It's always a little bit odd to know what to do with something like that. The biggest thing that I've heard people say about it, though, is that there is a surprisingly like a lack of practical effects and a lot of VFX work that does not work. And guess what? That's not what I want from Guillermo. Like,
okay. Do we need to have a conversation about Guillermo?
Hey, Nightmare Alley was good.
Not after Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley rocks. I love that movie.
Yeah. If this is
I guess
like
we don't.
that,
I guess we won't. Then.
Hey, not after Pinocchio.
Pinocchio was great.
Papa, ciao, Papa.
But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at Pacific Rim, if you're looking at Shape of Water, Crimson Peak,
it's just one of those like maybe it was unfair.
Hey, we don't need Shape of Water slander right in here in this podcast studio right now. Okay. Shape of Water fucking rocks, okay? When she does this and you see where the wiener comes from, that is I live for that shit. That rocks.
Okay, so we don't need to have a conversation about Guillermo. And so we won't.
But I will say to
we'll
that
see
point,
after
though,
Frankenstein.
Like,
we might.
In whenever I went to the Academy Museum, they actually had like several different sets and costumes that were Guillermo related. Like the Shape of Water guy was there. They had something from like Crimson Peak. Like they had a bunch of different stuff there. I was like, yes, the practical, the like you can reach out and touch it. The tactile nature of his films has always been one of the things that has made him such a great artist. I don't want to go there and see his VFX stuff. To your point about Pacific Rim, which is a movie that like I do have some time for, even though it's like kind of schlocky. That's not what I go to a Guillermo del Toro picture for. So
it's just,
I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see with Frankenstein.
If you, this isn't fair at all, but if you went back to 2006 and you showed someone what Guillermo would make from then until now, they'd be like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. And it's not fair. You know what I mean? It's not as bad as like M. Night, for example, but it's a similar thing of like, he just came out so hot that it's like, okay, we got you. New Spielberg, we got you.
He's been wanting to make this movie for so long. This is like his big passion project. So I'm excited. I'll go like a 3.5. I'm hopeful. All right, next up, the new Bradley Cooper. Is this thing on? How are we feeling?
Man, I mentioned this last night at the thing. This has not played yet because the NIF is not closing yet, right? Yeah. Okay.
People will have seen it. Probably.
All I gotta say is Bradley Cooper has to be fucking pissed that Marty Supreme had the surprise showing, because he definitely was like, I got this thing in the bag. I'm going to have the one showing. I'm closing the New York Film Festival. Everybody's going to walk away from this thing talking about, is this thing on? Instead,
It's all
Marty
Marty
Supreme
all the
might have eaten
time.
its lunch. I'm still very excited for this movie. Look, I Cooper has yet to really make a miss. I don't love Maestro, but it's not a miss.
Maestro heads unite.
Drew, did you ever finish Maestro?
I love that you do remember that I started it.
That you started it, and I don't think that you got very far into it.
No, I didn't. It's one of those things where I was scared to be hurt because I love A Star Is Born so much, and I could already tell that I wasn't going to get there with Maestro. A Star Is Born is so good to me. Like, I truly think it's a special movie. I think
maybe this one's the bounce back.
We'll see. I'm excited to watch it and find out. Movies about other forms of art have a lot of potential to fail, particularly comedy, because like if you're showing comedy, it has to be good, or it has to be believably bad, or else the whole world shatters. So we'll see if he's like dialed in enough. And one of the co-writers of this is like a really productive British comedian, so I'm sure that that's where he comes in the writing process. But like, I don't know. We'll see. Come on, Bradley. I love you, Brad.
I really love Will Arnett too. Like, I think that Will Arnett has just been phoning it in for years on like the Lego Masters show and shit like that. But like, he has so much
he's a
fucking
podcaster.
talent.
He's joined our world.
He has so much talent out there that like I do want him to see a little bit more of a shift in his career. I don't know. We'll see between him and who is it? Is it it's Laura Dern, right?
Laura Dern
is the other lead. Yeah. Like, it's got a great cast. It's got like a character behind it. Like, I want this movie to work. I really, really want it to work.
Bradley Cooper's playing the Joker. He's trying to do stand-up at his club.
Okay. Next up is the follow-up to Worst Person in the World. It's a Sentimental Value from Joaquin. Is Joaquin Trier?
Joaquin.
Well, isn't it follow-up to Triangle of Sadness?
No, this is the guy who made the worst
different
person
guy.
in the world.
Completely different guy. And how dare you mix up your Northern Europeans? This is probably this and one other movie that we're probably going to talk about next are the two other big Best Picture nominees that are in consideration with One Battle After Another. So I'm really hyped for this movie. It's gotten some really incredible buzz, especially at the I think it
Cannes. Was it Cannes? It was Cannes, yeah.
Cannes. It's just had like some long legs. It since then hasn't come across to America quite as rapturous as it did internationally, but still heard some awesome things about it. I'm at probably a 4.5 or so to a 5. Worst Person in the World is one of the best movies of the 2020s. Yeah. So
we could see a run for Stellan Skarsgård here. All the Andor heads rising.
Andor.
Cassian Andor.
I'm willing to go 5 here. I'm really excited. Worst Person in the World fucking rocks, and this has it. You're right that like it's sort of dampered down a little bit as it's come overseas, but who cares what American pigs think?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm stoked. I love Renata.
They're too busy trying to figure out who won the election, Eddington.
Damn, who won the election, Eddington?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I also did draft this in our movie draft, so I have
this
a lot.
This could be big for you.
It's going to be a 5 for me.
I think the one you're alluding to, Hunter, is Hamnet.
Hunter left for a second.
Sorry, I had to yell at I didn't know if you could hear. My cat was screaming. I think that they're ready for wet food.
Hamnet.
Hamnet. I think, which this has been since its initial. I think it premiered at Venice. I want to say Venice or Telluride, and immediately people are like, "Well, this is your Best Picture winner." This is about. What is the logline for this? It is like basically like what if.
What if Shakespeare was actually a good writer?
What if Shakespeare was real? What if Shakespeare was one guy?
What if Shakespeare was a guy?
Yeah, God, that's crazy. Isn't it like it's like what if Juliet like didn't actually die during Romeo and Juliet? Isn't that like one of the
I don't know, but I love coming up with ideas of what this movie could be about.
Yeah, it's honestly better. I think that's actually what the movie is. It's just like three guys sitting around like kind of spitballing ideas first.
It's like what if like Hamlet had an N?
I think it's about a lady who works at Amazon and lives in an RV and shits in a bucket. And then there's something about Shakespeare.
It's about like infinite monkeys giving him like typewriters or something. I don't know.
William Shakespeare and his wife Agnes celebrate the birth of their son Hamnet. However, when tragedy strikes and Hamnet dies at a young age, it inspires Shakespeare to write his timeless masterpiece, Hamlet.
Shit.
Dead kid movie.
Jeez.
Should be a real barn burner. Should be really uplifting cinema. Classic
People love
best
it.
Picture fodder.
They won the audience prize too.
Buckley and Mescal is like a sick duo.
Yeah, apparently like both of I know especially Buckley. Everybody thinks that like it's kind of her Oscar to lose now for Best Actress. Which is great. We love Jessie Buckley. Love Paul Mescal. So that's really cool on there. It's gotten some great buzz. Just people being like viscerally affected by this movie. There also has been some critics that have been like, I left this movie cold and I felt nothing for it. So
that might
a
be
little
me.
more divisive than like I think that I was expecting whenever it was initially announced.
I'm gonna be like, your kid died. Get over it.
I'm just happy for this is just like fucking if I had legs I'd kick you. You'd be like, oh, grow up.
Oh, you're Shakespeare. Oh, life is so hard for William Shakespeare. Yeah. Oh.
I host a podcast.
He could fucking never do what we do.
Yeah, he could never do that. He would
Billy
shoot
Shakes.
himself in the head if he saw what we were doing right now.
Do you know how long it took me to set up this fucking microphone? It's embarrassing.
Set up at 6:30 and like an hour before we started recording. I'm just glad that Chloe Zhao is back after Eternals, a movie that I have never seen and never will see. And
Did you hear Kumail's Crash Out?
I don't think Kevin Feige ever watched that movie based on like everything I've seen.
What's Kumail's Crash Out?
Kumail was complaining about how they didn't make good on his like 10-picture deal that he signed to appear in like various video games and spin-offs.
I took all of these steroids for nothing. I have so much HGH. My balls have fallen off. They shriveled up and fallen away from me. And I have no Marvel residuals to show for it.
It's hard to be like a vascular comedian.
Right.
There aren't many of those.
He got too beefy.
It's too veiny.
He really thought. I mean, honestly, he probably like avoided a horrible life just being in Marvel movies nonstop. Like he had visions. He was like, no, I'm Chris Pratt. I'm going to be a weird Christian. I'm going to do all that shit. And it didn't happen.
People were like, no, we only like the white version.
Okay. All right. For real, rapid fire, like literally 2 seconds per movie. And then we got to end the episode because we've been recording for too long. Okay. Jay Kelly. Yes.
I'm still at a 4. Still look, it's Noah Baumbach. Like even putting White Noise aside and whatever that was, I still Noah Baumbach's one of my favorite filmmakers. So
hey, Clune Dog, Sandman, come on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. There's already pushback to the idea that it's great, and sure, whatever. I'm not expecting true greatness. Yeah, White Noise wasn't incredible, so I'm still gonna watch it.
Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out story.
I hope it's good.
3. Yeah,
might be diminishing returns a little bit.
I mean, Glass Onion was a real bummer.
It's a good cast.
I really enjoyed seeing Glass Onion in the theaters. Like, I honestly think that added like an extra star was seeing it in a theatrical setting. Unfortunately, that's not the way that most people can watch these movies because they're on Netflix. So,
hey, I have heard though, Josh O'Connor on the up and up here.
Brolin.
Really excited for him. He's a revelation in Challengers. He's good to go.
The Testament of Ann Lee from Mona Fastfold.
This is probably like a 5 for me. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait to find out that actually Brady Corbet had no juice whatsoever, and he's an untalented hack, and that it was actually his wife who was the skilled the entire time. So can't wait to be proven right about that.
Well, he co-wrote it, so actually, you got to give more.
And I can't wait to be like really
the
annoyed at the lines that he wrote. I might be like, God, that was so.
That was a Brady line.
Do you guys know that this is a musical?
Yeah, it's gonna hit. Amanda
It's
Seyfried.
a full-on musical. I actually am excited for it. I'm here for Amanda Seyfried season. So
Amanda Seyfried, crazy talented, always underutilized.
Hey, and you know what? We stand with Quakers in this household. This is a pro-Quakers household.
The Running Man, Glenn Powell, Edgar Wright. Is it gonna work?
Edgar Wright.
What
do we do with that, man?
What?
Dude.
For the
No, maybe not a 1. Like
a 2? Jeez. Okay.
I do not think this movie's gonna be good. Is the original Running Man good?
No, people don't like. I don't think people like it.
Yeah, so we're adapting like a not a great movie with Edgar Wright, who I think might just have fully lost it. Like I still like Baby Driver a little bit. Last Night in Soho sucks. That movie is awful. It's a terrible movie. Yeah.
Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere.
This is a 1. I could not give less of a shit about
this
movie.
Yeah. I think my belly flop.
I don't care about this at all.
Okay, yeah, I've sort of brought this up before, and I've gotten some pushback. As a musician alone, like Springsteen's output compared to like his name value and his impact as a person, not that high. He has a handful of songs, you know what I mean? But like
most of them not on the album that they're making this biopic about.
Yeah, exactly. And he, it's not like he didn't make it through every decade unscathed. Like he has some absolute stinker entire decades of just ass. Mm-hmm. But cool, he has a podcast with Obama. Isn't that cool?
He's friends with Obama.
I mean, I'm not too stoked about this. I don't really care about Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. It's
Dancing in the Dark is like a 10 out of 10 song. And that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, no, he has 10 out of 10 songs, but so a lot of artists. Like Born to Run is just
doesn't need to be a movie.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jeremy Allen White's doing. I'm starting to kind of wonder if we should have sold our stocks. Like,
I mean, this is like what you do
if you're Jeremy. Go through a little bit.
If you're Jeremy Allen White though, and if you're like the hot thing, this is like a step you would take.
Right.
Better question is, should we have stoled our Jeremy Strong stocks? Like, should we have gotten out of the Jeremy Strong business?
Did you see that he's making a 9/12 movie? Yeah, I just got.
I don't know what to do with this guy. You know what? That does tell me. I'm calling my broker. I'm making the move. I'm getting off this.
He's making a 9/12.
It's a guy like waking up after a long sleep and be like, "What the hell?"
I wonder if he's gonna play like really neurotic in it, because that's his only element that he knows how to play.
It's not a movie. It's a limited series on Paramount Plus.
On a limited series on Paramount Plus.
That was like the first thing that they greenlit after the sale went through. They're like, Jeremy was like, guys, I've got an idea.
It's about the legal struggles that the first responders went through. So thanks,
this is
Jeremy.
kind of giving trial to Chicago 7. And I just don't care about
what do we think about him potentially playing Zuck?
Honestly, if he goes the full like spray tan, chain, curls.
It depends on which era, because that's only the last like 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not the era that we're getting. We're getting 2020 Zuck.
So it's the opposite of spray tan.
It's like dead eyes.
Face.
Yeah, like
it's pre him smoking meats. It's before he like was cool and normal.
Exactly.
Just like the rest of
that's
us.
When we all fell in love with him.
Yeah, that's when we were like, God, he's just a human. He's just like the rest of us. I also smoke my meats in my little green egg.
And your green egg.
My Sweet Baby Ray's.
I think what if the film tracks the transformation, like
that'd be cool. I think it could. So like that, the idea of Strong doing that could absolutely work. The problem is that it's being directed by fucking Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, it's being written and directed.
Yeah, it's like Dead in the Water. Like it's a 0 for that.
The Social Reckoning.
Also a terrible name.
Mission Impossible. The Social
Awful
Reckoning.
name. Come on, we gotta do better than that.
Okay, last one. Wicked for Good. Come on, Hunter. Tell us why we should be excited.
Come on me. Why are you calling on me?
You're the Wicked boy.
Crazy
we know.
I wasn't that high in the first one. What are you doing? Why are you throwing me on the spot like that? I don't know. So here's the thing. Apparently I found out after seeing Wicked, I think after recording this, I said like I'd never even seen Wicked. Apparently I actually have seen Wicked live, the performance, and it was wiped from my memory. I have no memory of actually seeing the play. That should say something. By all accounts, the music is like worse in this one. Like almost everybody says like, yeah, there is no like defying gravity in this one. The best song is No Good Deeds, which is a great song. That's a really good track, but it's like a sad song. It's like kind of a bummer. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I do think that there actually is an outside chance that Ari could win Best Supporting Actress. She's been out there on the campaign trail. She's awesome in the first one, and I think that Glenda does have a lot to do in this one. So we'll see. A 3, I guess. 3 out of 5. Sure. I'm gonna see it is the thing. I'm
about there too.
With my sister. And
I really did enjoy the first Wicked, not expecting to. But yeah, everything I've read about like just the narrative structure of that musical is just it's like absolutely nuts, and it you know what I mean? Like honestly, like most popular musicals, it's a really, really weird story in the first place. And B, like,
do you guys know
a lot of the juice of it like is burned up in the first one.
Do you know what happens in the second Wicked?
No,
I won't spoil it. I'll tell you guys if you're interested post pod, because it's gonna piss some people off. Like there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, "Fuck this! This is
my take." My take on the first Wicked was very much just like, "All right, I can't wait to see the second part of this story." Like that's the first half. Let's see the second half. I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
see how it all ends.
I'm not expecting much because from everything I've heard, like most of the iconic stuff about Wicked is stuff that has already happened. In the first place, it's an adaptation of a book that makes no sense to become a musical. You know what I mean? It's a lot more like sort of bleak and negative of a book than the musical ended up being. None of this makes any sense. Most musicals, if you really look at them, don't make any sense. They're fucking weird, dating back to like the Sondheim, dating back to like everything that got adapted in like the 60s and 70s. It's so bizarre, and to make them into movies is hard. And so that's why I like was pleasantly surprised with the first one, because I thought they did a good job. I'm not sure about the second one.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, we'll see. Well, until then, stick around for thoughts on all these things we talked about. Well, maybe not all of them. Maybe
Running Man might be the last time that we mention Running Man on this podcast. Right. Until we get to the Wabammies, at least.
Right. Thank you all for listening. Please rate, review, and subscribe. Like and comment. Let us know your thoughts. Check out WeBoughtAMic.net. Get every episode in your inbox. Patreon.com/WeBoughtAMic. $5 a month. Join the Discord. Thank you, beautiful donors, for supporting this podcast. Next week we have a spooky surprise for you before we get into our Denzel Washington series, coming very, very soon to a pod feed near your ear. We'll see you then. Love you. Bye.
Bye.